Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the finale of the finale review of Reincarnated as a Sword, episode 12. And I would say this whole journey of Reincarnated as a Sword has been really a real good enjoyment for me. That was more I could say it. Which makes me leave. I want to have a second season for Reincarnated as a Sword because I love to see more with Fran and Teacher, right? And even all the other characters, including Amanda, which is I would say the whole thing with Amanda. You know, because since Teacher says to Fran that we should never once ever call her mama or mother or mom, whatever. And she goes but Franco says, you are, but, Mamanda. Mama, Amanda, so Mamanda. And that was, like, just the sweetest thing for that she's ever heard of. Well, first of all, the whole thing with Fran's parents. Because it turns out there was little flashbacks of Amanda from years ago that she had these two orphaned black cats, which turns out they'd be Fran's parents. They were Fran's parents because even Fran's mom, back when she was little, saying that she called her the same way, Amanda. And then later when it shows when they're grown up, they show Amanda that we had a kid named Fran, which that was nice to see. So, and the whole thing with Amanda, with the whole thing with her parents, which was kind of a sad thing because when they died, Amanda felt kind of guilty that she should have trained him to fight more, So. Yeah, she felt she should, since her being an A-ranked adventurer, right? And they were going to go off on their own, for their own adventures. But the thing is, though, she didn't really fully teach them to fight, though. So when they died, Amanda felt kind of guilty. She was carrying that guilt with her for these long years. But the thing is, though, it's basically been lifted now that she has Fran, and for Fran to say Amanda the same way that her parents called her, she feels a whole lot better now. Saying that to Fran's parents that their kid is in good hands. So that was very kind of a nice, sweet moment, and like a big relief for Amanda. All that guilt's been lifted off her shoulders, basically. And the whole thing back in the dungeon with the whole trickster spider, they all, the whole thing where since they all been reunited with the rest of the group, right, and the whole Sorry if everyone. I just woke up. I took a nap. That's why. I just woke up. But and then the whole thing with that guilt with Amanda had, right. So seeing that Fran's being more harm's way, the whole final boss, the whole final trickster spider boss, with a one big attack. She goes and blasts that thing, the smithereens, along destroying that crystal that Teacher and Fran wanted to get, right? And she's gonna be a soldier was like, hey, you're okay, and then Fran has a look like, I want to get revenge for myself. I want to get revenge for myself. I didn't want your help. And Fran's like, Amanda's like, oh. It would have been nice to get that crystal. So, that was another funny moment. And the whole thing with the owl. It was actually so part of the group was another elf that was part of their group. Basically was an undercover partner working undercover with the elf, which turns out he's actually the nephew of the guild master. And later, after when they all get back and the nephew's talking to the guild master, to his uncle, because he said uncle, so and Guildmaster asking the Fran out, was it Tura, I forget from the name though, but saying that, you know, she harbors no evil thoughts or emotions or hostility thoughts at all within her heart and all that stuff. So saying that Fran is a very pure-hearted girl. So yeah, she's like basically has no evil in her heart at all. And it was nice from. Sorry, like I said, I just woke up from a nap, so. And then when Fran goes back to the blacksmith that makes all of her armor and stuff, right? She made her like all this new gives her like all these new clothes, which is basically armor though, but then would teach her. No, if I'm always like, it shows a lot of skin, you know. I was like, oh, her belly button's exposed. And he takes his arms and starts shaking the blacksmith. Why ever show so much skin? Basically, why is her belly button exposed and all that stuff? Especially in that section there. In case what if she gets hit though? But in case she ever gets hit though, she'd be protected because it's the armor she's wearing. And plus that black cats with her kind, they have to be very nimble and fast, right? So having a whole bunch of her covering her would weigh her down, so that's why wearing such armor would shows a little more skin though, but it's not, which is not fan serviced at all. It's not. It's for her protection. It makes her make her move fast and all that stuff, right? Because like I said, it would weigh her down if she was fully covered. So that would which explain why though. But it's not for fan service though. But it's just like. But just the teacher's reaction is like, oh, her belly button's exposed. Why you gotta show her so much skin, basically? So even it tested, even the blacksmith, Gurus, you know, he takes his dwarf hammer and just hits Fran, but it does no damage to her. And we see Fran have a new outfit as well. So, and then we see Amanda talk briefly with another person that also knew her. It was I forgot the guy's name. Fran was talking to this guy earlier, you know, because he asked her for some for spices and stuff, right? And then it shows that that Fran has a new upgrade for her for her stats, right? Now she's gonna set off and go off on a whole new adventure now, and the fact that everyone that she's ever met, right? Everyone she's ever met, say their goodbyes, including the one guy Crab who was giving her a whole bunch of crap a few episodes ago, you know. Even he says his goodbye, and earlier, but when they're dungeon, he apologized to her, so he's not all bad though, but. Even when she quickly used her fire magic to zap a spider right behind him, he's like, "Oh, I still hate you," but still he still says goodbye to her, which is still nice, as to everyone else that she has ever met on the way on her whole big journey, and that's when the point where she calls Amanda Mamanda. That's where we hold the whole thing with a flash with her parents saying the same thing, and. When they had Fran, you know, so all that guilt weight's been lifted off her shoulders now that Fran is in good hands, you know, and so, and of course when they ever come back, and then by the end after the credits, Fran is now with new improved moves. She's like sword surfing on teacher, right? You know, using him. You know, like the Silver Surfer, basically. You know, like the Silver Surfer, she's now sword surfing instead. And then they're going toward like this floating island. All of a sudden, they get attacked by this flying skeleton. And then when they get down to reach the ground, there's this guy who's a necromancer. And then it says, when they both say, "Who are you?" And then it says, "To be continued." So hopefully we'll get a second season, which I'm sure a lot of people have enjoyed this series. So hopefully with enough positive base from fans, hopefully we'll get a second season. Because a lot when it comes to isekai series, usually there is a second season, right? Like the time Reincarnated as a Slime got another season, and even in Another World, my smartphone, that's getting another season. So, but I would like to see. I really want to see another second season of Reincarnated as a Sword. I would like to see more of the bond, the father-daughter bond between Teacher and Fran. I would love to see more of that, and all the other characters, including new characters, will we meet. So, but yeah, Reincarnated as a Sword, episode 12, the finale. I really enjoyed it. Just I've pushed it as a whole, as a series, as overall with a series. I've enjoyed it overall. It's been another really good anime I've watched this year. So, of course, it'll be in my top 10 favorites of this year. So, but there's been several others I've enjoyed also as well. So, but when I've built in how I'll rank this if I made my list though. So, because I've enjoyed quite a few, but I already said before, we already know what my number one is, and that's always that nothing can beat is that Spy Family. Excuse me. But Reincarnated Sword, great characters, great. The animation once again spot on, including the music as well. And it was like kind of the good father-daughter bond, like I said before, between Fran and Teacher. I would love to see more of that. But hey, we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully it won't take as long though. So, but yeah, hopefully we'll get another second season, and we'll have to go from there. So, but yeah, Reincarnated as a Sword overall, I enjoyed the series. Thumbs up as well. But yeah, like I said, great characters and moments as well, like Amanda, the whole thing with her parents, and the whole Mamanda. That's like a great name now. So, Mamanda. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode review and more of the videos, and we'll see you next time. Later. Once again, 10 out of 10 for this show. Once again, really enjoyed it. See you in the next video.